This is the Gore N More podcast with your hosts TJ Bowser, Chad Chrisman, and Wes Payne.
The man behind the mask. I don't wanna be buried in a hellraiser in the thunder.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast, episode 5. Jesus Christ. Today is February 4th, 2019, and this is your host, TJ Bowser. And joining me, as always, are my partners in crime, Chad the Dark Lord?
Yep.
What's up, Chad?
Hey, what's
He's
up?
the light lord.
And Wes, not Craven Payne.
Yo.
So,
What's up, guys?
yes. What movie do we got for today?
Today is the 1988 remake, The Blob.
Oh, excellent.
The Blob.
The Blob. But as a new part of the show here, this episode of the Gore N More podcast is brought to you by 13X Studios. We are now sponsored, everyone. Woo!
Fuck yeah. Love
Awesome.
13X Studios. Great masks.
Excellent. What did I put on the web on Facebook? I had like a little tagline. Awesome Hawks, great quality.
Yeah.
That should be it. We'll record a commercial with Rick one of these days. But yeah, thank you. Shout out to Rick Stasinski. I Googled it, for supporting our show and sponsoring this episode and every episode of the Gore N More podcast. But Chad, what did you do this week?
Started my new job, my man.
Fucking A.
Oh, yeah. Can't tell you how fucking happy I am to finally be working again. My first 2 days, they were like 10 plus, 11 plus hours. And then like the other 3 days were like 8 hours. Like, oh yeah, just because it's the end of the month. That's why we had that big rush.
And you can listen to podcasts.
Yes, I can listen to podcasts. I'm loving it.
What's your favorite podcasts that you're listening to? What are some of them that you are listening to?
I started to listen to what's the podcast cemetery, whatever that is.
Pod Cemetery.
Pod Cemetery. I started listening to that, but only half of it downloaded, so I couldn't listen to the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I listened to Rogue One,
Yes.
and I listened to our stuff so far.
Yes. For some of us more right wingers out there, Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder have podcasts, and they're right leaning, comical type stuff.
Yep.
Give those a listen. I've been listening to a lot of Ben Shapiro lately. Very, very good stuff. Some see him as aggressive, but I don't know. I kind of like the guy. Very logical thinking, in my opinion. That's enough politics. But yeah, I like That Killer podcast. That's a pretty good podcast. And of course, Rogue One. Shout out to Johnny Grasso. And I also listen to Blue Harvest with Haas Burkhart and Will Witten. But yeah. Anyway, that's Star Wars stuff. We're horror. What about you, Wes? What did you do this week?
This week, nothing really, just worked a lot. And, other than my son, the prior week, I had to take my son to the hospital, because he almost severed his finger in the door.
Oh, jeez.
Other than that, everything was cool. We watched the Super Bowl, which is probably the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life. I was totally disappointed. I don't know. I wanted to basically slit my wrist watching that Super Bowl yesterday.
Yeah,
so
I heard it was.
that's
pretty
about
boring.
sums it up for me.
I didn't even watch. We watched the Hunger Games. It was on TBS.
Yeah, you were better off watching pretty much any movie other than that Super Bowl.
By the way, guys, how about this weather out here today?
It's fucking crazy,
Oh
man.
my god! Last week it was so cold my pipes froze, and today it's 60 degrees.
Yeah, it makes no sense, right?
What did I do?
Yeah,
well,
what'd you do, man?
I got my new Part 3 costume ordered from Lakeside Slasher Studios, which is also where Mr. Wes here got his Part 6 stuff.
Good guy.
Yes. And should we announce our appearance in cosplay at Steel City Con?
I'm not sure if I'm going to make that one. I'm not sure on that one. The other one I'm probably going to make. The one in Cherry Hill.
Oh, okay. And
I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna. I still up in the air about that yet.
Which one's the one in Cherry Hill?
That's Monster Mania 42.
Oh.
Wes is going to drive out and meet me up there. That's the Halloween one.
And are we planning to do Blobfest?
Yes. We are planning.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that's on the
Like,
that's
if
on
I
the
can only
agenda.
do one, I want to do that one.
I plan on releasing a convention schedule for all of us, probably to the public here soon. That way everyone knows where we're going. And if we don't, we'll probably have a booth at Blobfest, honestly.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's now where they all run out of the theater and everything.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, right. That I was telling you about. Yeah.
And I think we always should take the opportunity to cosplay.
Oh yeah.
I want the Gore N More podcast to be associated with our cosplays because our Jason cosplays are fucking awesome, quite frankly. And we'll probably end up posting a lot more pictures of mine and yours. And
My question is, what the fuck am I going to cosplay? I'm
I'm
5'6". What am I going to do? Be the leprechaun all the time?
I told you. Yes, I said leprechaun. Which you probably said fuck you.
I don't know what Chad could do. What's that movie?
What about?
I could be a leprechaun or I could be Chucky. That's about it.
What's that sack boy from like Trick or Treat?
Sam,
that's right.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. Holy shit, that'd be a hot costume though.
Oh yes.
Oh god, I'd be sweating my balls off.
You could do
What is it? What was it? I didn't hear it.
Sam from Trick or Treat, the little kid with the sack head.
I don't think I saw.
You never
Yeah, I
saw
know the movie. I heard the movie. I don't think I ever saw it though.
Awesome. That's a really good movie.
Huh.
You could always grow a mustache and do Dick Warlock stuff.
I'm just get a bunch of cut.
or Ron Jeremy stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just lose some weight.
Oh my God.
Cut the sleeves off my shirts and be
Chad,
closer.
you could do a Loomis.
That's not a bad idea.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's not a bad. You don't.
I shot
You
him
don't
50
see many
times,
Loomis
he's not a man.
cosplays.
If I do a part 4, you could do a Loomis, bro.
That's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is like a
trench
one of those,
coat.
like,
Yeah.
A trench
Yeah.
coat. That's about it. A trench coat and a suit.
Yeah.
right.
I like it.
Cool.
Are you
Glasses
bald,
and
Chad?
everything.
Are you bald?
No, but I could cut it.
Darkside Studios makes a Loomis mask.
Get the hell out of here!
Swear to God. Swear to God.
Get the hell out of here! Really?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sick.
That would be pretty neat.
I'll have to look into that. A fucking Michael Loomis or fucking Loomis mask. Oh shit! Yeah,
I'll find that right now. Darkside. Yeah. Chad, you want to get into the?
You start to run down while you're doing this?
while I Google search this Loomis mask.
Okay, so today we're talking about the movie The Blob. It's from 1988. It's directed by Chuck Russell, produced by Andre Blay, Jack H. Harris, Rupert Harvey, and Elliot Kastner. Written by Frank Darabont and Chuck Russell. And it stars Kevin Dillon as Brian Flagg, Shawnee Smith as Meg Penny, Donovan Leitch Jr. as Paul Taylor, Jeffrey DeMunn as Sheriff Herb Geller, Joe Seneca as Dr. Meadows, and Paul McCrane as Deputy Bill Briggs. Has a runtime of 95 minutes. Had a budget of $19 million. It only earned a little over $8.2 million during its run at the box office. Like I said, it's a remake of the 1958 classic starring Steve McQueen. And TJ, did you get the trailer pulled up yet?
Nope. Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen. It was one of his very first movies. He was called Stephen McQueen in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, back before he was the rebel without a cause. He was the rebel with a cause.
Blob trailer from 1980 fucking 8.
If it had a mind, you could reason with it. If it had a face, you could look it in the eye. If it had a body, you could shoot it.
You could fuck it.
Now, man is no longer the supreme being on this planet.
The organism is growing at a geometric rate. By all accounts, it's at least 1,000 times its original mass.
Nobody believes me about what happened tonight.
What did happen?
I want that organism alive. I think you pissed it off.
The Blob. Terror has no shape.
Ooh.
By the way, Wes, he just pulled up that Dr. Loomis cosplay mask, and that thing is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I sent it to you guys in the chat, dude.
Oh my god, those eyes, that's like an unnatural blue. That is...
Let me see it. I didn't look. Let me look. I take a look at the chat.
Yeah, look at it. There's a link there. That is... so scary looking.
You know what? You should be Loomis, and I'll go get a wig. I'll be Lori.
I shot him 6 times!
See if they have a Lori mask.
And then I just come after you, you just look at me and go, "It's ma'am!"
That's right. What that? Dude, how the hell could you even... Why are the eyes... What is this guy, Sub-Zero?
That is frightening.
Dude, look at his eyes.
That
is an expensive mask.
That is more scary than Michael Myers himself.
But dude,
that is actually a scare.
So what kind of mask do you have? I got a fucking Loomis mask, dude, to scare the shit out of you. The fucking thing's terrifying.
Oh, it's those eyes, man. Oh god. Okay, we're kind of getting off topic here.
Yes. So, little rundown here. I'll start it off. A meteorite crashes near the town of Arborville, California. An elderly transient, Frank Collision, discovers within the sphere a jelly-like substance, the Blob, that attaches itself to his hand. 3 high school students, Brian, played by Kevin Dillon, the rebellious biker, whose next false step will take him to major jail, as the day is precisely his 18th birthday. Meg, played by Shawnee Smith, the high school pretty girl, and Paul, played by Donovan Lecht. The successful football player encounters the man and takes him to a hospital. After Brian leaves, Paul witnesses the lower half of the transient's body melting or dissolving from being digested from exposure to the Blob. As he could for help, the Blob drops on top of him. Meg arrives to see Paul being dissolved by the growing Blob. That is an excellent effect, we all agree. And while trying to free, his arm is torn from his body. Meg is thrown against a wall, and knocked unconscious, and the Blob oozes out of the hospital and oozes into a nearby manhole into a sewer. Wes, take it away.
After Brian and Meg have unsatisfactory, encounters with encounters with the police, who refuses to believe the teens that something is going on. They meet at the diner where Meg tells Brian about the Blob. Brian's disbelief is shattered when the diner's handyman is grabbed and pulled headfirst through the sink drain by the Blob.
It
pursues them to the diner's walk-in freezer, where it retreats because it cannot tolerate extreme cold. After eating the diner's owner and the town sheriff, the Blob re-enters the sewers. Meg and Brian return to the police station, where the dispatcher tells the Deputy Briggs, played by Paul McCrane, is near the meteor landing site. They discover a military operation led by scientist Dr. Meadows, who orders the town quarantined. Brian escapes a military van and collects his motorbike. Meg is taken to town, where she learns her younger brother Kevin is missing. Meg learns he and his friend Eddie have sneaked into the local theater to see a slasher film thanks to Eddie's usher brother Anthony. The Blob infiltrates the theater and attacks the staff, and then the audience, growing with each person it absorbs and digests. Meg just manages to rescue Eddie and Kevin. Go ahead, John.
Meanwhile, Brian eavesdrops on Meadows speaking to his assistant Jennings, played by Robert Axelrod, and learns that the Blob is a biological warfare experiment created during the Cold War. Anthony then reports that he witnessed the Blob chasing Meg, Kevin, and Eddie into the sewers. Brian overhears Meadows decide to trap the Blob in the sewers, and that he is willing to let Meg, Kevin, and Eddie die to do so. Brian is discovered listening in and evades military personnel by driving his motorcycle into the sewers. In the sewers, Meg, Eddie, and Kevin flee from the Blob. Kevin escapes to the surface by scaling a pipe and squeezing through a grate while Eddie is devoured. which was a pretty odd thing to see, a little kid dying in a movie. Meg is saved by Brian, who confronts Meadows in front of the townsfolk and Briggs. After failing to convince everyone Brian is contaminated and must die, Meadows attempts to shoot Brian, but is killed by the Blob as it drags him into the sewer with one of its tentacles.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Blob then bursts from the sewers, and a massive and sickening glob of reddish-like jello proceeds to feast upon the population, proving impervious to the military's attempts to stop it, getting shot multiple times while in the sewer and blown up, which only angered it. You think they'd learn. It only pisses it off. In the ensuing panic, the town's Reverend Meeker, played by Del Close, proclaims the scene to be the prophesized, the prophesized end of the world.
End of the world!
Don't you love those?
You always got to have one of them in a movie.
Yeah, always. When a failed flamethrower attack on the Blob sets him ablaze, Meg saves him with a fire extinguisher and in the process blasts the Blob with it. The monster backs off and she realizes that it cannot stand the cold. Take it, TJ.
The surviving humans retreat to the town hall and hold the Blob at bay with furniture barricading and fire extinguishers, but it is a losing battle as a result, with the Blob engulfing half of the building and devouring Briggs. Brian goes to the town garage and gets a snowmaker truck that has canisters of liquid nitrogen attached just as the Blob is about to devour Meg and her family. Brian drives to town hall and shoots snow at the creature, which is angered and knocks the truck over. As the Blob surges towards Brian, Megan it lures it away towards the canisters, which she has rigged with an explosive charge. Taken from a dying soldier. She tries to get clear, but snags her foot between two pieces of metal, leaving her dangling upside down. Brian regains consciousness and runs over to free her. The Blob is about to overrun them when the charges go off. Boom, bang, Basil! Blowing up the canisters and covering the Blob with liquid nitrogen. The creature is flash frozen, shattering into a mass of crystallized pieces. Moss Woodley, played by Bo Billingsley, what the fuck, has his remains hauled away from the town ice house. In the final scene, there is a tent-meeting church service in a field where Meeker, discovered by his burn injuries, is now crazed, preaching a doomsday sermon, sounding like the Blob's attack. Afterwards, when an old woman asks him what the time of the reckoning will come, he soon replies, "Soon, madam, soon the Lord will give me a sign," and holds up a glass jar containing a fragment of the Blob that he took from the ice house, which is slowly moving.
Ooh.
That was such a great setup for a sequel that we never fucking got. Right?
Yeah, I thought it was.
The Blob 2? The Blobbiest?
Blob harder.
Ooh.
All right, so let's get into our discussion. Guys, what'd you think?
Excellent movie.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a good job with it. I think it's better. It's more detailed than the older one. I mean, I like how it shows like the inside of the like. I don't remember the older one showing so much detail of the Blob. You know, they didn't show the people inside it.
No, it didn't. It didn't. You know, the special effects were really limited, but this one it had like more detail to it. It had all these weird, creepy veins and shit.
This
going
is
through it.
the epitome of 80s special effects.
Oh, this was they had great effects in this.
Yeah, especially the scene from the beginning, whenever the guy gets taken from the hospital and you see his face melting and shit and his hand getting thrown away. That's a very good scene. And I definitely like some of the stuff with like the Blob on the ceilings and shit. It's really it's just really cool.
I think the whole scene with the Blob in the movie theater was this great whole practical effects scene.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done.
Wes?
Yeah, it definitely, like I said, I like that. I like it too that it kind of stuck a lot to a lot of the stuff was from the classic stuff, and they kind of went their own direction with a little bit of the things. I was kind of disappointed they didn't have any tits in the movie, but what are you going to do?
That was kind of rare for an 80s horror
What is
movie
wrong
not to
with
have.
us?
That's rare for
I was
not to have
shocked
it.
that there was
We
no.
haven't seen tits in like 2 episodes of this shit. Why are we even doing it anymore?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought, pretty good movie for what it was. For the time and everything, I thought they did a great job. I really did. I was impressed.
I remember when this came out, and I was about 12 years old, and I saw this, and it was right around the time I saw this and the movie Who's Harry Crumb, and they both had Shawnee Smith in them, and I was like, oh my god, I am like madly in love with this girl. which still
she's
continues.
pretty hot.
Yeah, still continues to this day. I'm still madly in love with her.
Yeah, she's definitely a very pretty girl. I was ashamed she didn't have the,
She was a couple years ago. She was at Steel City Con, and Debbie Gibson was there at the same time, and those were both two of my biggest crushes at like the same time. And I'm kicking myself that I didn't go.
Well, yeah, Debbie Gibson. Oh, so you were? I was more of a Tiffany side.
Yeah, I was a Debbie Gibson guy because I at the time I liked blondes. I didn't appreciate redheads as much as I do now.
Yeah, I don't know why I like Tiffany more. I don't know. Maybe the song was just cooler. I don't know.
Listen to us talking about 80s bubblegum princesses and TJ just sitting there staring at his phone, just completely ignoring us.
I've learned when to like tune out.
But yeah, like I said, I saw this when I was 12. It's one of those movies I just couldn't wait to rent, and I absolutely fucking loved it.
I was still in my dad's nutsack when you watched this, bro.
Damn, man, you're young.
He is. He's a youngin'.
So, discussion topics. We have anything else we want to talk about?
I got some show notes. This one, we've got a couple to pick from as far as the Golden Glazer Award.
Oh,
yeah, because kind of like all the main guys had a little bit of Glazer in them. Because the main character, Flag, played by Kevin Dillon, like he was a total Glazer. And then the two football players were kind of...
Is that Matt Dillon's brother that you said that? Did you say that?
Yep, that's his brother.
Okay, I could, there's definitely a resemblance.
Yep. So yeah, he was kind of a bit of a Glazer, and I don't know if he ever really stopped being a Glazer throughout the whole movie. I mean, he was a little bit more likable.
Yeah, he wasn't as douchey. He had like you know what he was a cross between? He was a cross between like Glazer and like almost like Packard from The Wraith. That's what he reminded me.
Let's do a do back discussion drinking game where every time we say Glazer on Gore N More, someone takes a shot.
Everyone will be toast by it.
I don't know how or why. Maybe it's just because that was our like second episode. But Glazer is like the golden standard of douchebaggery that we're holding everybody to.
That's right. We have yet to see someone out-douche him, though, yet.
Yeah. You can out-douche the Glazer.
They have to out-douche him.
Oh, we're going to come across one. Someone's going to out-douche him. We might have to rename him.
They have to out-douche him and then last less time than he did.
Right.
They got to be less than a 2 pump and dump.
If that happens, Larry Joshua will come out of fucking retirement. The Burning 2.
He'll block himself on
Glazer's
Facebook.
Revenge.
Glazer's Revenge. Only this time the burning's going to be that little effect he feels when he pees.
I just don't understand the real horror. It was just 2 pumps.
So yeah, we had him as a Glazer. And then there was the 2 football players. What was the one? Paul. He was not so much of a Glazer, but his buddy was the one that... that
guy was such a scumbag.
That guy was a total dick.
He blamed him. First, he couldn't admit to the preacher it was his condoms. That was the first one. And then the guy's got an actual bar in the trunk of his car.
I love that. I love the wet bar in his trunk.
A date rape drug.
then she's sitting there and he thinks she's passed out, so he's sitting there and he starts groping her.
I like how he goes in the back there and he's mixing the drink, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he gets a blender and puts it in there. Did you see that?
Mixer, yeah.
He has an actual blender back there. It was crazy.
Oh, that dude spent all of his daddy's money on setting up that wet bar and that piece of shit car he had.
And then I like how he's talking to her like she's answering the questions. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want me to unbun your head? It is hot in here." That's great. That part is great. I'm like, yeah, dude, you'll be going to jail in the next scene.
And first off, I want to apologize that our show notes this time weren't as detailed. We were just too busy enjoying the movie. We didn't write down at all. We just stole it from the Internet Movie Database.
Fuck you! Classy up in the Gore N More.
Oh shit! It's just too much. It's too fun of a movie. Oh shit! I don't even know where to begin with my notes. Did you guys notice that the deputy was played by the same guy from RoboCop that had the toxic waste dumped on him?
Really?
Yeah, that was the same guy.
Nah, wait,
Yeah.
no. Seriously?
Yeah, that was the same guy.
Oh, wait. No, you're talking about the little deputy guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
the deputy, not the sheriff. The little deputy guy.
You're right. It was him. Help me.
Oh, shit,
Dude,
that was
that part in
another.
RoboCop was nasty. When I saw that when I was a kid, I was like, holy fuck. That shit's
I remember I saw that.
now you watch it, you're disgusted by it.
I saw that in a Fangoria magazine before I even saw the movie, so I knew what to expect. I'm like, that is one of the best effects I've ever seen.
That's cool as fuck.
And
RoboCop, I always tell people about, and that subject, but I always tell people that's a great movie, to be honest with you. But the first RoboCop,
Yes.
but that's the first movie as a kid that I ever saw that they showed a dude get shot in the head like that.
yeah.
When they killed him at like point blank, when they shot him, before he became as Murphy was a cop, I was blown away with that. But I was like, fuck, they actually showed him like shoot him right in the fucking head. Like they never showed that movie.
I just want to say, Wes, you weren't the only one blown away in that scene. And I also had to write this down because this line fucking killed me when the government shows up and they're like, oh, hey, what's this guy doing here? And what was it Flag said? He's like, oh, the men from GLAD are here to help us keep our leftovers fresh. They're wearing these hazmat suits and he's acting like, oh, it's nothing, you know. Oh shit.
Yeah, they look like they showed up looking like they were going to quarantine ET.
Yeah. Speaking of which, this bugged the hell out of me from the movie because I don't know actual military.
Also, why is the intro to this movie and the intro to Killer Clowns from Outer Space so similar?
Well, Killer Clowns, it kind of parodied a lot of movies. So
okay,
that's they probably stole it specifically from the Blob.
Okay,
I mean that'd be my guess.
What year was Killer Clowns?
I think Killer Clowns is actually before the remake.
Let me look. Hold on, Killer Clowns.
Wasn't it 87 or 86?
I was thinking 87, but it might be like 89.
Alexa, when was Killer Clowns from Outer Space
1988.
released?
I don't trust that, Alexa.
1988.
Here's something I found from the article Killer Clowns from Outer Space on Wikipedia. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was released in the United States on May 27, 1988. Was that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Alexa, you cunt.
Know it all, bitch.
You know it all, cunt.
Okay, so this bugged me about the movie. And like I said, I don't understand military protocol, but why the fuck was an army colonel taking orders from this fucking doctor? Like it was nothing. The colonel should have been, you know what, this is a military operation. I don't care.
Off.
I'm in charge. These are my men. These are civilians. We're doing it my way.
Right.
You think that's how it would be, but no, the doctor's like, oh, the civilians are expendable. And the guy's like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy, yeah.
And when they're in the sewer and Flag just aims the missile launcher at the top and just lets it go like he knows how to fire it right away.
And
No
he doesn't
training
get hurt.
whatsoever.
Like he's like no debris hits him, no shrapnel, no nothing.
If you
And
notice,
he had a
held
great
it off to-
one-liner before that. What was the one-liner he said? It was great. All right, Colonel. Or what did he say? All right, Doctor, or something. You're going to get it. Or what did he say? He said, I'll give you something.
But I was thinking that too, but then I realized he was actually standing off to the side, just holding it off and pointing it straight up. So none of it actually came down to hit him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. You'd think that, yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was just,
And
I don't know.
and they're just walking away from the explosion like it's nothing. You know, you think their fucking ear bombs would have been fucking burst or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
They should have been walking around the rest of the movie. What?
Huh?
But yeah, and like I said, they killed a little kid in the movie, which is
I was shocked in that.
yeah, that shocked me the first time I saw it. It still shocks me. And then he pops up and he's like half dissolved. And there's another really, really kick-ass practical effect.
Yeah, they usually don't do shit like that, killing kids in movies like that. That's pretty rare, you know?
Yeah.
When you see that, you're always like, wow, damn.
All right, so you guys got anything else before I go into my...
How about the part, you know what bothered me? It's the part where, well, the part where, he goes and gets the ice truck. And again, it's one of those things with how the fuck does he know how to drive a truck like that?
Mm.
And you see him, first of all, it shows him, and he's driving it. And I swear to God, it's a scene from fucking Road Warrior. He's driving it, banging through the gears like he's some kind of truck driver, like it's no big story. And then you look at the front of the truck. He's got a giant, like I said, a Mad Max grill. Did you see that thing?
It didn't register with me. I'm gonna look at it
Dude,
next
go
time I
back
watch
and look at it. He's got a giant plow on the front of the truck.
Let's point out your obsession with Mad Max, though. You have literally compared everything that we've ever talked about with Mad Max.
I love Mad Max.
Just wait until we get into the Friday the 13th movies. Here compares every version of Jason to the Humongous.
I did. I wrote that on Deborah's thing. I said, do you think they stole this from Humongous?
You know what? This guy's right.
Just walk away.
Right. I'm like, yeah, I think they took it from Humongous. No, they didn't. Don't you know the story behind where they got the masks? I'm like, well, do you think that any of those producers saw Mad Max prior to that, maybe? You think that maybe is a possibility? No. You know the story. That's what they did.
But how do we know that's what they did? That's just what they say they did. They might have deliberately lifted it from that.
Listen to me. Listen closely. They're not going to, whether they took the idea or not, they're not going to come out and say, yeah, we stole from that.
No, they're never going to come to that.
They're going to make up something that sounds cooler. Yeah, my friend was playing hockey the week before. What sounds more a possibility? Hey, man, that looks cool. Or my friend just happened to have a hockey mask in his backpack. I mean, come on.
It's like that bitch from Sleepaway Camp 2.
The best part about it is the thing that bothers me when they say that, why I kind of scratch my head about the whole thing is you look at the back of Humongous, like when if you ever seen Road Warrior and you look at like Humongous's head in the back, it looks just like Jason Voorhees' head.
Yeah, because he's a little mutated. Yeah.
It literally looks like Jason Voorhees' head. Like you would think it's Jason from the back.
Now here's my only beef with the hockey mask they use in the movies. I don't remember hockey masks ever actually looking quite like that.
Looking like which one? The Humongous
like
mask?
Jason. The Humongous mask, yes. I've seen that. But the Jason mask,
correct.
I don't really remember ever seeing any actual hockey
The ones
players
they would sell when I was a kid in the sports stores look like the Humongous mask.
Exactly.
Hockey mask.
And,
right. I don't remember anyone.
Yeah, they look
But then, if you look it up, I think it's an actual hockey mask from 1950 or 60.
That could be.
It is an actual mask, but it's from like the 50s or 60s. It's not.
I know the ones from that time period look more like the one they used for
Part 5
for the Part 5. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yes,
that's what they look like at the time.
And if you watch Sleepaway Camp 2, Angela wears the full mask type thing whenever she kills the dude with the chainsaw. Also, Clark Griswold.
Clark Griswold had that. Part 5. That's right, Clark. I forgot about that part.
But now that's all.
Wait. You know who else has it? Not only that. Police Academy. What is it? 4 or 5? No, 4. When Tackleberry comes out of the body bag when he gets summoned by by Hightower. Remember
the movie they're watching in the Blob. That guy had that mask too.
Really?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah, they're watching it. That was what do they call it? The Garden Tool Massacre.
Hey guys, that's how good we are. We
the
come
Weed
full
Whacker
circle.
Massacre.
And did you notice he was using electrical hedge trimmers that sounded like a fucking chainsaw?
Yeah, I did notice that.
That annoyed the hell out of me.
Hey man, you can't be trimming those hedges. And he looks up, he's like,
It's like you think they had to be like, like, come on, these are electric hedge trimmers. They don't make a fucking noise.
I got a question for you, Chad.
Ask away.
How did you watch this? Was it a DVD? Was it a Blu-ray? Was it digital?
DVD. I want to get the fucking Blu-ray now.
Is there a Blu-ray of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a limited release Blu-ray put out by Twilight Time a few years ago, and then they did a more mass market one a couple years later.
What about US? How did you watch this?
I rented it on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
What was the quality on that?
It was fine. I thought it was pretty good.
I gotta say, my DVD quality was actually pretty damn good too.
Really?
Yeah. I was surprised.
I just want to ask that each episode because I want to see like each film, like how do each of us see it, because there's just so many different ways to watch the film. I want to do a movie where we just watch the VHS version.
Oh God,
that'd just be so cool.
I got a lot of old VHS tapes.
I got some old VHS tapes, but I can't guarantee my old VCR still works.
We will buy
do have my VCR. I don't know if it works either.
An official Gore N More VCR
it's been
TV
sitting in my garage for like a decade.
So,
All right, let's get into the behind the scenes. Okay, so the screenwriter Frank Darabont met the director Chuck Russell in 1981. He was working as a production assistant on Hell Night, and before The Blob, they actually collaborated on the script for Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors.
no shit.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Dream Warriors!
I can't wait till we do that one.
Me too.
Can we just stop after Dream Warriors? Do we have to go through them all?
No, we got to do 4.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
I want to do 4, then we can cut it off.
So
Yeah, four is worthy to do. After 4, we could just say goodbye.
yeah, because I already expressed my hatred of 5.
But do we do New Nightmare?
No, you know what?
It feels
skip
too much like a
Nightmare,
90s slasher.
We do
Fuck
Freddy's
that.
Dead.
No, I don't like Freddy's Dead. I find it annoying.
Yeah, but it has the funniest shit going on.
That's true. The fucking
don't forget the power glove.
You forgot the power.
Whenever he throws that kid out, and then he takes that bed of spikes, and he's like doing it like Wile E. Coyote.
and he just sits there and huffs and puffs for a couple seconds.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Part 5.
Okay, we'll do Freddy's Dead.
Dude, Freddy,
let's do them all.
Has so many funny.
Let's do them all just so I can explain.
Part 5
exactly
has the
why I
weird
hate it.
roach effect, right?
No, the roach was 4. 5 was the really stupid one where like he makes the girl eat herself to death.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I fucking hated that scene then. I hate it now. I'm getting all riled up just thinking about it. And we're not even talking about that movie. We're fucking talking about The Blob. Let's get back to The Blob.
Yep.
Fuck Dream Child. So it only grossed $8.2 million. It was considered a box office flop, but it gained a huge cult following on home video. Let's see. This is interesting. The actor who played Paul, they did a full body cast for his scene where the Blob devours him, right?
Oh, that scene at the beginning of the hospital.
Mhm.
Okay.
But the very beginning of the scene where it's actually just him and Meg comes in and sees him, that was actually him. And she came in thinking that it was going to be the animatronic, the body cast. So her reaction to that was genuine. They left it in the film.
Fucking A. I love genuine reactions. We got a couple Friday the 13th ones that I know of to point out whenever we do those too.
And,
all right, let's get back to The Blob.
Yeah, this takes place, and it's supposed to. What I read was supposed to be Colorado. That synopsis said California, but either way, it was filmed in a place called Abbeville, Louisiana, because they filmed in late 1987, and in Colorado it was covered in snow, so that he couldn't use that. The main role of Brian Flagg was actually offered to Chad McQueen, son of Steve McQueen.
Dope.
But he turned it down. He turned it down because he didn't want to be,
given a role.
Yeah, he didn't want to be given a role because
Okay.
he wanted out of his father's shadow.
Understandable.
Wow, that really worked for him.
Yeah, I know, I never heard of him. Chad McQueen, who?
Never heard of him ever again. Smart decision.
The partially dissolved soldier that Meg steals the rifle and the explosives from at the end was played by a triple amputee who lost his limbs in the Vietnam War.
Jesus Christ.
That's awful.
So that poor guy. One of the producers was named Jack H. Harris.
Lieutenant Dan, where'd your legs go?
Dang. Oh man, that's horrible.
One of the producers was actually producer on the original Blob.
Dutch ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
Allegedly, John Carpenter was originally offered to direct it, but he turned it down.
John Carpenter's The Blob, the thing.
And I heard Rob Zombie wanted to redo this too. But
Oh God.
from what I understand, his version was just too out there, and they're like, let's just not. Do that.
Here's a little a teaser of a Rob Zombie's version. You hear the goddamn Blob ate out your sister's cunt the other day. Fuck you, piece of shit. And then there's just like really gruesome murder scenes.
And it stars Sherry Moon Zombie.
Yes, and there's grotesque nudity of side boob. Jeff's side boob.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. The director, Chuck Russell, deliberately stole a plot device from Hitchcock by killing off
Alfred.
everybody. Well, yes, Alfred Hitchcock. How many Hitchcocks do you know?
I know a couple.
Not to be confused with Bill Hitchcock, I'm sure. But he stole a plot device from Hitchcock by killing off what was thought to be the main character partway into the movie so that people would think if he could die, anybody could die.
Fucking A.
They used rock salt at the end that was dyed and used to represent the crystallized blob at the end.
Yeeter Skeeter.
It was written by Frank Darabont, who eventually adapted The Stand. And there are actual several references to The Stand. The superflu that was engineered by the government in a bioweapons lab in The Stand. That was kind of the same thing as in the Blob. Brian Flagg is a nod to Randall Flagg, the main bad guy in the stand.
Ooh.
The homeless guy in the credits is named Can Man.
Can we do Event Horizon soon?
Yeah, I think we could probably do that.
You want to do
Wes,
that?
you want to do an Event Horizon?
What is it?
Event Horizon, you ever seen it?
No.
You never saw Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill?
No.
Wow.
Never saw it, man.
What about Pandora?
Am I out of Gore N More?
Yeah. Pandora? What about Pandorum? You ever watch Pandorum?
No, I haven't seen it.
That's pretty brutal also.
Okay, so getting back to this.
Yes.
The homeless man was named Can Man in the credits.
Can Man!
Can Man.
Named as...
Any relation to Banana Man?
No, but they think he was a throwback to the Trash Can Man from the stand.
He was sexually involved with Mr. Clean.
Fuck.
I think I just lit my mustache on fire. What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. But anyhow, yeah, he was named after somebody from the stand who also was one of Flagg's followers. Shawnee Smith was also in the stand, so it's kind of ironic there. Did you guys know? I don't know if you guys seen it, but the boy that played her little brother was also in Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Never saw that.
I'm not sure if I did either.
It was okay. Not nearly as good as the first. Too much slapstick humor for me.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. Tina!
Did you guys see who played the Eddie's brother, the theater usher that let them in? That was Jamison Newlander.
Who's that?
The other frog brother from the Lost Boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Join us, Michael. Join us.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was Alan Frog. Edgar was played by Felddog.
Continue.
That's all I got for behind the scenes stuff.
Questions.
Ooh, questions. Now I gotta get to that page. I really gotta freaking bookmark this a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, so our discussion topics. Guys, what was your favorite kill?
Paul.
Yeah.
I like Paul.
Yeah, Paul's death was the most badass.
He's the biggest of the titties. What'd you think, Wes?
Not
Craven?
I kind of thought the guy in the I like Paul. Is that Paul, the guy with the it was on the ceiling right in the beginning and came and flopped on him?
Yeah, that was Paul.
Okay, that one was cool, but I like the guy in the sink plunging the sink was pretty fucking nasty.
Oh shit, yeah, that was good too.
Yeah. That was pretty sick. A little bit ridiculous, but still pretty sick.
Oh man, now I'm flip-flopping back and forth because that was a pretty cool kill too. I'm still gonna go with Paul. I'll still go with
Paul's effect, bro. Paul's effect, bro.
Following that up, best scene, guys.
Theater scene.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll just go with theater scene.
All right, Wes.
I'm going to go with the scene where he's mixing the drinks with the girl in the car. I thought that was hilarious.
The Glazer scene.
The Glazer scene. I'm going to go full Glazer.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to go against what I normally pick, and I'm actually going to go with the scene at the beginning in the fucking drugstore.
Oh, that was great, too.
Oh, shit.
I did laugh at. I did actually laugh. No one was in the room, but I laughed at that part.
That was a good part.
I laughed at that part, and I laughed at when the dad put the newspaper down.
And he's the fucking pharmacist.
He's the pharmacist. I started laughing.
Okay, so did the opening scene hook you in? What was the opening scene?
I don't know. Oh,
was that with the cemetery and the football?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I mean, I like football. That's all. I always like movies.
It didn't really.
Had nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of setup, but yeah, I guess it was all right.
Let's set the scene.
I like seeing her prance around with her pom poms. Other than that,
God, yeah.
I like to see you prance around with your pom poms.
Oh, would you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might see it at this Cherry Hill.
You can take my cherry, Wes.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Since we didn't see any best tits, hottest girl, Meg.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
And she still holds up his hotness today. All right.
Yeah, she's really good looking.
So did the score set the mood, guys?
Very 80s.
It was a nice 80s synth horror score.
Yeah, I agree. It was.
It ain't no Friday the 13th Part 3, but we'll live.
Hey, it's no Leprechaun 2, but I'm all right.
Oh shit,
that's a fucking t-shirt idea. It ain't no Leprechaun 2, but it's all right.
It ain't no Leprechaun in space, but hey, I'll let it pass.
Leprechaun in the hood.
The hood. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
So, best song. We really only had one song that I can remember.
Did I even have a soundtrack, that movie?
Not really. I mean, I looked at the soundtrack and there's a couple of songs listed. I'm like, I don't fucking remember this.
I don't even remember them playing songs in that movie.
The only song I remember, like I said, was at the end over the credits, which actually we're going to play in our outro.
Yeet.
So, favorite character?
I'm going with the Glazer guy.
I knew it.
I'm going with that guy. I don't know his name. What the hell's his name?
I can't even remember. It's shit.
I like Brian,
Which one was Brian?
the rebellious biker.
Oh, Flag. Yeah.
Flag. Yeah. Yeah, he was cool. He was pretty cool. Yeah. What about you?
I got to go with Meg.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She was
hot,
actually
dude.
she was kind of badass by the end. She just picks up that fucking M16 and starts firing it away.
Another part where you're scratching your head wondering how she knows how to fire M16s all of a sudden.
Well, if you watch, she kind of like
1988 was a different time in America, and it was before.
Says the guy that wasn't even born.
Okay, if I remember correctly, snowflakeisms didn't happen, and the left wasn't as radical. So kids weren't born with the sense of entitlement as they were now, or the amount of feelings that they have now. So 1988 was a different time. It was a better time where we can remember the Ronald Reagan years.
Reaganomics.
And we can remember a time before radicalization, before terrorist attacks, and before Hillary Clinton.
Oh my god! I got a question for you guys. What do you think about this movie? Bothered you? What bothered you the most about this movie? Any parts bother you the most?
No, I love this movie. It's like it reminds me of my childhood.
I already said what bothered me the most, and that was the army colonel taking orders from a fucking scientist.
Yeah, I watched this movie when I was young.
I'm going to bring up a part that just ticked me off. When Meg comes in and finds with Brian, whatever, it goes on his head. It eats Brian. She passes out in the same room he's getting devoured with. Yet the blob just goes.
Yeah, it goes out the window.
Why would it? It would never do that. That part made
This scene is out of character for that blob. It's fucking blasphemous.
That part, that part made me mad. Other than that, the movie was good, but that part just ticked me the fuck off. I'm like, why would it do that? Why would it just leave her? It would have eaten her.
Mm-hmm.
It has no brain. It just eats whatever's in its path. If it has a body, you can fuck it.
Along the similar, did you notice that when the meteorite, which wasn't actually meteorite when it crashes, and the can man finds it, there's a big crack open, and you see the blob through it. It kind of looks suspiciously like a vagina.
I think the whole blob. My girlfriend came in to watch the movie. She goes, "Why does that look like a vagina?" I said, "You're kind of right. It kind of when it was going in the sewer.
Yeah, when it was opening up and kind of reaching
she
out.
goes, "That looks like a vagina." I said, "Yeah, I think you're right."
Wait, we haven't said pussy on this podcast in an episode or two. So pussy.
It looks like a vaginal opening.
The whispering eye.
Oh shit. All right, so was it scary?
Negative. It's fun.
No, I think it wasn't scary. I think when they showed it devouring people, it was kind of sick. I mean, that part was kind of like, oh man, that just was nasty. But
yeah, and how great?
I wouldn't say scary.
How great was that scene right outside the diner when the blob's all around the phone booth?
That was great. She looks
out and there's the fucking sheriff dissolving.
That's so true.
That was so cool.
That was fucked up. Yeah, that was a good scene. That part. Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't scary, but it was definitely a fun movie. I've watched it several times. I'll watch it several more times. I don't care.
What's the score? What are we giving this? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh God, yeah, at least. I would even give it 4.5.
I'll give it a 3.5 out of.
Really?
I can't give it a 4. I liked it, but I don't. I'll give it a 3.5.
No, I gotta do.
Can you
math.
do that?
So we're gonna average it out to it'd be about a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll give it an overall 4.
Okay.
So do you guys think it holds up today?
Yes.
I liked it. I didn't see any. I wasn't like. I thought the effects were still pretty decent for today.
Yeah.
I really did.
If you don't mind the 80s hairstyles, it still holds up pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Matt Dillon's face.
Here's one thing I got a kick out of is when he goes to the
Kevin
mechanic.
Dillon's face.
When he goes and he borrows the guy's socket set, and the guy's like, "There's 12 sockets in that set. There better be 12 sockets in that when I get back." Like 12 sockets? I have more than that in my car.
Yeah, he acted like they were made out of 24 karat gold. It was very.
It's like you're in a garage. You have more than what the hell is that?
Hello?
Yes.
What the fuck happened?
What happened?
Oh, it sounded like a big truck or a UFO or something going on.
and then you went. Vroom.
No,
That's like you
I
got
wasn't me, I don't
abducted.
think.
Okay, so was the acting good or bad?
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
I didn't see any like cheesiness in this movie.
Mm-mm.
Really.
Even for little kid actors, they were pretty good. Yes, those two guys.
I like when the kid looks over to the other kid. He goes, "What a wimp." I like how that little kid's mouthing off to that redneck. I thought he was about ready to get smashed.
So, did you like the cinematography?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Interesting.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, I liked it. And finally, did you guys like the premise?
Yes.
Yeah, who doesn't love an alien run amok movie? Well, it wasn't really an alien though.
Yeah, it wasn't an alien. It was just kind of like a.
Yeah, it was just
at the beginning, I was like, "This is kind of a sci-fi type horror," but yeah, it's not really an alien kind. It's like I don't know. It is, but it isn't. I don't know. You know what's weird is what was the story? They sent it into space and it came back.
Yeah, it evolved and it comes back and it's self-aware and can think and move on its own.
Yeah,
that's why they wanted to contain it and keep it.
The funny part is like the idea that they would send it to Russia. And the fact that it grows so big, okay, so it kills all the Russians. It would be the size of the whole.
The size of Russia.
Everything
right,
in Russia bigger.
and then how would you kill
Blob
it?
bigger than America. Blob.
Yeah, I thought it was a little ridiculous. Kill all those people would be gigantic. You'd never kill it.
But I think that was the mindset in the 80s. Just fuck the Russians.
Yeah, it was.
No, everything was fuck the Russians.
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
Another one of my favorite films is Red Dawn. Love that movie.
I love that movie also.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I love that. I've seen that movie like 80 times. I love that movie.
Oh, that's
Fuck
a shame.
Russia.
That's a shame we can't put that on Gore N More. It doesn't.
I
It's
know.
only marginally horror.
I could talk about that all day. I love that.
Technically, it could be a horror film if we can imagine a hell where Hillary Clinton became president.
Then the Russians would have invaded.
That's a fucking horror in and of itself.
Oh shit!
I'm on fire. Yeah, but since that is that for the Blob, we're not finished yet. I would like to go over some news, actually. We have some information on the Child's Play 2019 film that we'd like to go over. If you guys don't know, they are making a remake of the 87 film Child's Play. We're big fans of it here. But the new film will have Aubrey Plaza playing Karen Barkley, which is Andy's mom, Gabriel Bateman as Andy Barkley, Brian Henry as Detective Mike Norris, Marlon Kazadi as Omar Norris, Ty Kazinglio as Pug, Beatrice Kitsos as Phelan, Nicole Anthony as Detective Willis, and then something. I don't know that person's name. But none of the original cast is connected to this project. Initially, it was reported that Liv Tyler was considered for a role in the film, but that's not true. The film's coming out June 21st, 2019. We are getting a trailer for it on Friday. There's a teaser out now. Yeah.
I just want to say this is in no way connected to Chucky.
No.
They are keeping the Chucky series separate. They are still doing a Chucky TV series. Sci-Fi just picked it up the other day.
We will
we're gonna
talk
see
about that. Yes, I actually have that bookmarked right
Wait,
now.
I didn't know that. You're saying so, but it's about Chucky.
No,
this
is a different doll.
This is Charles.
Charles?
No, Buddy.
Buddy, yeah,
Buddy.
it's Buddy.
This doll is called Buddy
Why are they calling it Child's Play then?
because
Universal owns the rights to the name Child's Play, so they can do whatever the fuck they want.
so Chucky is a separate brand from Child's Play now.
Oh.
Yes. So think of it like the Halloween franchise.
Think of it like this could be what potentially happens with the Friday the 13th franchise too.
I hope.
Where we get Friday the 13th as it was originally envisioned, where it's a bunch of different fucked
You
up
know
shit
what I
that happens
fucking
on
want?
Friday the 13th.
Since they did 1 through 4, why don't we get 5 through 8 for the sequel? All packed into one.
I think they're just going to completely reboot. I don't think they'll do a sequel, which sucks.
What, for F-13?
Yeah.
No, I want a standalone. Like, I don't want a fucking origin story or anything again. I want to have the hockey mask. Just him killing people.
I don't want what they wanted to do, which was a full origin story, which goes into Jason growing up, and Elias, I think, was going to be the killer. That's just, I read the specs for that. I'm like, that sounds like shit. Like, that's not Friday the 13th. That's not a movie I want to see. I want to see Jason killing. I want to see tits. That's what Friday the 13th is to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were talking about Child's Play. Let's continue on with that. You were mentioning you were going to bring up the Chucky series too.
Yes. So Sci-Fi landed the Chucky TV series with original Child's Play writer. Announced it on Tuesday that the long-running Chucky franchise will be getting a television adaptation. And original writer Don Mancini has written every installment to date and is set to become the creator of the new series. As part of the announcement, Mancini, the show will be a fresh take on the franchise, allowing us to explore Chucky's character with a depth that is uniquely afforded by television series format, while staying true to the original vision that has terrorized audiences for over 3 decades now. So this should be interesting. Today's announcement also comes alongside word of 2 new pilots at the network. Artificial action drama Cypher, that has nothing to do with what we care about. Yeah. So yeah, set to premiere in June. It's the first in the series not to feature Mancini as a credited writer. The upcoming Child's Play remake. Yeah, they're talking about that there too. So yeah, just look for that. Big fans of Child's Play, you guys here, and they're using all animatronics for the new remake. So,
and I would also like to point out that yes, Chucky will be saying "fuck" on Sci-Fi. They have confirmed that.
Good.
Sci-Fi's gonna.
Yeah, that would be stupid if he didn't. Yeah.
My favorite scene from Child's Play 1 is whenever he turns for the first time on the mom. You stupid fucking bitch!
Dude, that scene creeped the fuck out of me because the first time I saw that scene wasn't in the movie when I watched the movie. I saw it when Siskel and Ebert were talking about it and they showed that scene. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's so creepy too.
That scared the shit out of me. My favorite part of the first one, though, is really stupid, is the scene where Chucky's riding up in the elevator by himself and that old couple gets in and they just sit there and stare at him. And they get off the elevator and then he goes, ugly doll. And he goes, fuck you.
How about the part where I always like the part where he's what's the little kid's name again?
Andy.
Yeah, that's right. Andy has a fireplace. And he's like, Chucky's like, yeah, let me out of there. He's flipping out. He just stops and he says, Andy, I thought we were friends at the end. And the kid says, this is the end. And so it lights him up and shit. He's like,
oh, those Chucky movies. The first couple were great, but
The first couple.
Bride and Seed were fucking.
Then they got
awful.
silly. The Bride and Chucky.
When they
yeah.
stopped being Child's Play and started becoming Chucky's,
Yeah.
they started going down. The newer ones are excellent, though.
I didn't like Colt and Chucky.
Really?
I did not like it.
What
I didn't
the
like
fuck?
the idea of of him splitting himself and being all these different Chuckies. That was, to me, was dumb.
I didn't see it yet. It's.
There's like
No,
5
not
Chuckies
good.
running around.
Wait, there's like what?
There's like 5 Chuckies running around in the movie.
He can split his soul now.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll watch it, but.
Did you guys know that the girl from Curse and Cult of Chucky, that's actually the real Chucky? That's his daughter.
Yeah, Fiona Dorff.
Yeah, Fiona Dorff.
And the other girl from the first one was the first one that they did with her. Curse? Yeah. The girl that in there was a pink Power Ranger on Power Rangers Time Force.
I never watched it.
Serious. I was a big Power Rangers
I was,
guy growing
like
up.
I said
That was
before, I
after
was
my
in
time,
the
yeah.
Voltron, not Power Rangers.
93. Yeet. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode,
Wait,
guys.
before we end, I got a couple things to add. I just found out today that Netflix has acquired the Ted Bundy film, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, the big controversial one with Zac Efron.
Yeet. Looks
Yeah.
excellent.
So Netflix is going to be putting that out.
Also, do you have the one about the killer painting thing?
You know,
the Killer Paint.
I've had enough of people talking about Ted Bundy. This is getting so crazy.
Or Buzzsaw?
I have no. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Had Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
And I also wanted to add that, unfortunately, Julie Adams, who was the female co-star of the original Creature from the Black Lagoon, passed away yesterday at the age of 92. Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of my all-time favorites.
Yep, it's my favorite Universal.
That is my favorite Universal too. I fucking love the Creature.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she was really good in that, and she passed away, unfortunately. But she lived a long life, so she deserves her rest now.
Yeah, I can't really feel bad for someone passed away at 92.
No, that's.
I can only dream to live that long.
Yeah, no shit. I'll be happy if I make it to 70.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too.
Don't talk like that, fuckers.
Yeah.
I need my co-hosts.
What are we doing
It's
next?
not like I'm
What's
going to
the
turn
next door?
70 soon.
What's
Guys,
next
I would
on
like
Gore
to
N More?
announce that in the Do Back Discussion chat, Jared Bachman Stubbs, the host of the Do Back Discussion podcast and the Hall of Heroes podcast, puts, and I quote, "I like cock in my ear."
I just saw
What
that.
the fuck?
I'm guessing his brother got a hold of his.
Yep. Fucking Sherry. Okay, guys,
Dark
but
Jedi, you suck.
thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Gore N More podcast. This is your host, TJ Bowser, signing off.
Chad Chrisman signing off.
Wes Payne, the possessor.
Fucking A.
Love it.
Oh.